What's going on, everybody? Mark Fleetwood here. Welcome back to the Daily Grind Trader. Tonight I had to go live. There's so much going on, so many things to talk about. First and foremost, guys, please remember I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. If you do like this content, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. It all helps. It all helps very much. I can't express how much it helps with the channel. With that being said, guys. Look, I have a handful of short positions open, and I'll show you my current positions, and one of which is TRX. I think TRX is going to get hammered as long as the USDD Depeg continues. So real quick, just to be transparent, these are my short positions: FTM, Ethereum, and TRX. All in the green right now. Everything is going down. Everything is continuing to go down. But one of the big things that I want to talk about is a USDD Depeg. So this is a USDD against USDC, and again, it's still sitting around 97 cents. It keeps bouncing between 97 even to like 97.9 to 98 cents. It can't repeg. It's not been able to repeg for like 48 hours. It's been 2 full days unable to repeg, and that's why I went ahead and decided to put a short in on TRX. I don't know that this will exactly be a Luna scenario, but it very easily could. If the algorithm is the same where to create a USDD, you burn a TRX, and in order to try to save TRX, you mint more TRX. In order to try to save USDD, you mint more TRX, then TRX would get minted out of control, cause that death spiral, the same thing that happened to Luna. Another quick piece of information I want to go over with USDD is the fact that Justin Sun's collateral, the way that he put it, he had 200% collateral, over collateralizing USDD to try to ensure that what happened to UST with Terra wouldn't happen to him. Here's an article here, though. It may have been miscalculated. Reason being is that when you take the USDD collateral in the reserves, it's 125% collateral. You only get to the 200% if you add the dollar amount for the TRX that's burnt. Now, the burnt TRX to create the USDD can no longer be used to help fund it or to help reserve it, to help with bringing it back if it depegs. That burnt TRX is gone. So this being included in the equation to get that 200% plus over collateralization that Justin Sun talked about, it's kind of irrelevant. The actual collateralization is 125%. And the $650 million of USDC that he injected in yesterday did not reset the peg. The overarching idea right now that he has $2 billion more to try to fight, and he was talking about adding $2 billion to try to fight shorts on TRX. Yeah, this is from a tweet from Justin Sun, deploying $2 billion USD to fight them, to fight the shorts. I think that's the last of his concerns right now. That $2 billion needs to go directly into the reserves for USDD if he wants to save the peg, and I don't think he's going to be able to save the peg. And I think that if USDD breaks below 95 down to 90, 80-cent range the way Luna did, it's just going to be a cascading effect. People are already shook in the market. The crypto market is already shook to begin with, and you add the stabilization to stable coins, people are, I can almost guarantee you that any retail investor is no longer going to put their money into an algorithmic based stablecoin. I can't see it happening. One has already failed completely, and this one has depegged like less than a month after its launch. It's only been the beginning of June or the end of May when it launched. It hasn't even been a month yet, and it's already depegged. So with the depeg and the market overall just being in a obviously a horribly down market right now, the only option as a trader is going to be to short. You're going to be looking at short positions pretty much at all times. And TRX, I just had to short TRX because of the fact that it was, so tied to USDD that there's just no other. The potential to get TRX shorted down to almost nothing, the way Luna did, is too strong to not throw a short in there, even just a small dollar amount short, to just put it in there and see what happens. I think it's again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is my play, but it's an amount that I was willing to lose if it were to not happen. If TRX were to rebound, it was an amount of money that I was willing to lose, but I don't think it rebounds, at least not in the current overall market structure. So now what I'm going to do, I want to take a look at Bitcoin because I want to show you guys something. Bitcoin currently sitting at 21.2, and we're going to go all the way out to the weekly chart because a lot of people were talking about Bitcoin on the 200-week moving average, touching the 200-week. Months ago, I made a video talking about how Bitcoin can get sub 20K. I referenced it in my last video with the shorting strategy, or with the trading strategy. I referenced that video just saying that I wish I had a bigger audience because I wish I could have shown more people. I think there's a lot of YouTubers who are just very bullish. They're moon boys. They don't like to admit when things are going bad, when the markets are going down, because typically people stop watching. I'm talking to myself right now because I'm the only one watching my stream, but that's irrelevant because I'm going to keep doing it. Everyone was talking about the 200-day moving average, or 200-week moving average, and I'm going to add that in to the to this draw, because you guys know, if you follow my channel, you guys know that I use smooth moving averages. So here, look, we broke through the 200 straight moving average, just the standard moving average, and it broke way through back here. It touched in 2018, broke through it here back in 2015. But if you change that to smooth moving averages, the way that I use a smooth moving average, look, just a wick touch. 2018 got close, it did not wick down to it. 2020 just wick touched the smooth moving average. And we have yet to touch the smooth moving average, and that is currently sitting at 17,792. I believe this will hit the smooth moving average, or the 200 smooth moving average, before we get a rebound. And I don't think we get a V-shaped correction. I think we get a bottom, a capitulation bottom, where we wick down, maybe all the way down to 17,000, even maybe 16.9, wick a little bit below that, but not far. Like you've seen that this 200 smooth, wick below it just a little bit. But here we wick through, get it to about 17.5, maybe 1700, and then we get sideways into an accumulation phase. And that accumulation phase is going to be the first time where you should be buying any altcoins. And again, not a financial advisor, but you can see it lots of times. This bottomed out here on 2018, and look, it went almost straight sideways for months within a small range. Let's see what the total is here. So a 22% range, and it stayed in that range for 112 days. 112 days in that range. That's the accumulation window to start picking up your alts, to start diversifying out of Bitcoin, so to speak. Here, after the plunge, it stayed sideways. I mean, it did a V-shaped correction, but it stayed sideways here for a while. You had 84 days, or sorry, 77 days of very little change. And that's the accumulation period. That's where you can pick up and pick up before you get that lift off, that big lift off. And I'm sure there's going to be one here after the very bottom. A little bit of a fake up, another rejection, a double bottom. But this double bottom here. Let's see, if you were to go from here to here, 70 days at 21%, and actually you could probably go all the way through here. You know, you got 217 days at 27%, where this whole area is just an accumulation area, because the overall bottom was here, like the absolute bottom in 2015 was here. So you had a large range of accumulation. So guys, I think Bitcoin, we see the 200 smooth moving average get breached and just barely breach it, and then it settles, and there's some sideways trading for a while, a settle, and things kind of calm, and it'll get boring, and people will definitely leave the market because they think it's going to be stuck here, and they're just going to be waiting for it to go down further, when really the big dollars are accumulating. Now, the last thing I need to talk about here on this video, the last part of this, is going to be tomorrow's Fed meeting. Rumor has it that the Fed meeting now, there's a potential for a 75 basis point move, an increase to the interest rate by 75 basis points. This will definitely affect the market in a negative way. The NASDAQ, the Dow Jones, S&P 500 will all get negatively affected, because just weeks ago, Jerome Powell said there's no way, it's off the table, it's not even an option. Now, we had 8.6% inflation last week, and yeah, inflation is nowhere near under control, so 75 points is on the books, it's on the table. So there's a good chance for that, and Bitcoin is dumping, well, not dumping, but right around 2100 even, or 21,000 even. Oh gosh, 2100 would be deadly. People would be freaking out. But TRX dropping, USDD barely holding at 97 cents. I think this is going to crash. I think this is going to completely depeg. I just don't see it holding. People are already scared of the algorithmic stablecoin. He lied about how much funding he had, how much collateral he had for this coin, and I don't think it holds. But yeah, just looking here, again, someone just joined, so I want to go over this again really quickly. The blue line is a 200 weekly moving average for Bitcoin, and it got breached. A lot of people thought that was the bottom. I use smooth moving averages, and you can see the smooth moving average, the 200 smooth, got breached here on the COVID dump, and it just wicked to it, where the 200 regular moving average got blown through badly. So I think the 200 smooth is a better indication of like absolute bottom. And even back in 2015, when the 200 first, started, again, it wicked through and held. Nothing closed below that. There's never been a close below the 200 smooth moving average. So I think that would be better suited to see the absolute bottom. But yeah, the biggest worry is tomorrow's Fed meeting going with 75 basis points and really shocking the market, because a few weeks ago it was totally off the table, and now it's back on. And I think that if the 50 basis point was priced in, the 75 will not be priced in, and there will be another dump tomorrow if they do the 75 basis points. So with that being said, that was the biggest things I need to talk about. I think TRX could potentially pull a Luna and drop really hard. I've got a short order in on it right now. I'm actually shorting Ethereum, Phantom, and TRX. My 3 shorts right now. All of them looking really good right now. I might go ahead and close out Phantom, because that one is looking really good. But yeah, I think TRX can go. I think USDD will fall, and tomorrow could be extremely hawkish and cause all markets to dump on the macro level, even further for the NASDAQ, the S&P 500, and the Dow Jones. So I appreciate you watching. Is there anything you'd like to see? I'm good to hang out for a little bit longer if there's anything that you would like. But those were the big things I had to get addressed right away. I may just leave this stream on as like a watch party to see USDD Depeg. I mean, look at that weekly chart. That weekly is ugly. All right, well that wraps it up for me. I hope you enjoyed. As always, until next time, peace.